In this BPA training video, we'll show you how to work with multi-reason appointments, or also known as combination appointments, and how to set them up. I'm here in the scheduler in iPatient Care, and just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to double click on an appointment time slot and put a patient in. We'll choose Linda Abbott, and the provider we have is James Smith. And at the upper right, you may have noticed you have various reasons that need to be selected when making an appointment. Some of these reasons, no doubt, are just single reason appointments. But you notice here the way we've named some of these that you may already have in your system, they're multi-reason. So it includes two different activities or even more. In this case, we'll select one here called Adjustment and Massage. And you'll notice it brings up an additional window to select which resource or provider we should connect with each of those reasons or appointments. So for the adjustment, we'll use the resource James Smith, and for the massage therapy, we'll select the massage therapist resource. And we can see the durations here. When I click OK and make that appointment, you notice on the scheduler, it puts those in the correct slots for us under the right columns. So we have Linda Abbott under for the adjustment from 10:30 to 10:40. And then over at the right-hand side, we can see that the massage therapy will be right after that from 10:40 to 11:10. So no doubt you could see how this would save time rather than putting in two individual appointments, that they can be put in one fell swoop. So how do we set that up? It's real easy. At the upper right, we're going to click on the Setup button and then select Appointment Reason. Now that we're in this window, the first thing that we need to do is link the provider to the right reason codes. To show you what I mean here, if we select a provider from our list, we'll select James Smith. We can see all of the reason codes that this provider has connected to them. What is required now, if we want to make a reason code that's a multi or combination reason, that provider has to have the individual reasons first of all assigned to them. So let's give an example here. We want to make a new multi-reason code for active care and hydrotherapy. Well, we can see this provider already has the reason active care, and if we scroll down, they also have hydrotherapy. So that's a prerequisite before we can actually make the combination reason code. Now, if one of those were missing, we could select this magnifying glass here and find the required reason codes, the individual ones, check them, and hit OK. And then that provider would have the necessary prerequisite there. At the upper right, then, the next step is to click on the Show Reason List button. This shows us all the reasons in the system. And we can click the plus button to make our new reason code. And we're going to make this the combination one called Active Care and Hydrotherapy. We don't need to set a default duration or visit type, but instead we'll skip right to selecting the checkbox here, Multiple Reason. We'll then click the plus button and find our individual reason codes. So I'll click this magnifying glass here to select the first one, Active Care. And then we'll click the plus button again to load in our second reason code, which in this case was hydrotherapy. We can make sure the durations are what we want. At the right, we can select the user groups that this can be assigned to and scheduled for. So we'll select providers for active care. And then for hydrotherapy, we can again select providers, and maybe we have other resources or providers we select as well. So now we have it the way we want it. We can click OK. You can certainly add even more than two reason codes. You can just keep clicking this plus button to add more. We'll stick with these two though and hit OK. And now you've noticed we've made this active care and hydrotherapy appointment reason. I'll click Done. Now the final step here is to assign this new multi-combination appointment to this provider here. So we'll select this search button here and choose Active Care and Hydrotherapy. We'll click OK. And sometimes it may not show up right away. Sometimes we may need to click Done and go back into the Setup Appointment Reason area and load up our provider again. All right, now it's showing up just like we expected to. So we'll hit done and show you what that looks like. We'll schedule an appointment here at 11 a.m. We'll choose Linda Abbott again. And at the right-hand side, we'll select Active Care and Hydrotherapy. We'll select the providers we want, hit OK, and we'll now see that multi-appointment show up. The right appointment for Dr. Smith here, or our provider Smith, and Steve Avidable. So we hope this helps you set up multi-reason codes in the system and appointments. Thanks for watching.